Hi there, Elevated Planet community. This is John Drew here from Elevated Planet, and today I am back again with Louise Hatch. How are you, Louise?
I'm good. Thank you very much. Thank you for the second invite. It's really lovely to be here.
Yeah. Well, I'm delighted that you do this. You come back again because I know that the last time we did your Wild Wisdom piece, then honestly, I love this work. It just, to me, it feels like so clearly channeled. The way it's written. I mean, I tend to be a lot more wordy, and I kind of like, if I was trying to do this, it'd be 10 times longer, you know? You get it really succinct but very meaningful. That just kind of leaves me like nodding like the Churchill dog kind of thing. Oh yes,
Kind, John. Thank you. I'm glad it resonates.
it does. It totally resonates. You know, Louise is going to do the narrated version for this, and we are going to also have the images in place that Kate Jaconello, I want to get the name right, is contributed, as well as her professional photographer kind of guys, and some beautiful images there. And also then we finish with the Song of Hope, which comes from Kate and Louise's most recent album. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Louise?
I've sung for many years, as I think John mentioned before, and then my kind of swan song for a while was an album that Kate had created as a composer, and then she asked if I would do some featured vocals, so I was using voices as a sort of instrument on it, and also at the end we did a version of Song of Hope to kind of round off like a bonus track, and it became very much an integral part of the album, and I was very blessed to sing it and to write the lyrics. And I thought, when I'd written this piece, John, you asked if there was something that could go with it, and this song just popped into my head. So I sent it because it is about all the things we're going through in life generally, and how hope is the thread that runs through it. So wherever we are in life, however things are going for us, it's almost having that in our hearts to think, okay, this might be going on for me. It might be a bit tough at times. There's lots of change. But deep inside, when I was singing it, I was thinking of all the people that are going through things, and just to bring some light and bring some hope. So I thought it was appropriate for this piece.
Yeah, I just wanted to read something to you, which is based on this, because when I was doing a little bit of research on Louise and Kate's work, and I had a look on, I think it was through Amazon, and I saw this, what a critic had written about your album, which is called Earth and Sky, correct?
Yeah.
And I just loved it so much. I had to include it on Fay. I mean, Fay was the reason that we met in the first place, right? Fay Vale, who has sadly transitioned, but she's not gone. She's still with us. But because of that, it just kind of made it right that you were connected to the Fay tribute. And I just saw this, the critics' review of your work. Miss Hatcher's vocals soar angelically over Jaconello's beautifully crafted musical landscape. If angels needed uplifting, this is what they'd listen to. I've heard all of the Earth and Sky album. There is not a single false step as the tracks stroll mesmerizingly towards this majestic climax, and the majestic climax being Song of Hope. So I just, wow. High praise indeed, right?
Yeah, high praise indeed. That's very lovely.
But you know, it is. It's beautiful, and I think the those who watch this video and listen to this video will get to appreciate it as well, because that is basically at the end of the story. Then we finish with the Song of Hope. All right, well, without further ado, Louise, are you ready?
I'm ready. In these ever-changing times, what is it that we want as individuals and as a collective? Astrologically, we are at a crossroads. The North Node calls to our deepest self, as the South Node beckons us back into our comfort zones. How do we find balance in our lives? The seesaw effect of balancing responsibilities with adventure, soul path with supermarket shopping. The call of the wild and all its wisdom cannot be unheard. So how do we place ourselves within the unfolding divine plan as we aim to maintain the Earth-life commitments in conjunction with planetary business? Firstly, we ask ourselves, what is it we want, really, really want? Not just what we think we should want or what we have always edged towards, or what the soul calls us to now. We may feel the answer intensely, or it may be but an ethereal whisper, still forming, still taking shape, still free-flowing. Once we get a sense, how do we follow through? What if this wildness takes us out into the unknown? What if we get lost or lose what we have worked so hard for? What if the love we feel changes for another or they for us? How will our hearts handle the shifts? The thing is, the heart knows. What is meant for us will always find us. We are the ones who must remain open enough to welcome it in. Trust. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But it is the biggest leap we can make. No guarantees, no safe bets, no holds barred. Life without limits, apart from the ones we set ourselves. Personally, I have been experiencing the internal unrest that I'm familiar with. It usually precedes a career expansion, a relationship phase change, or a spiritual shift. Usually all three in my case. Not necessarily negative in impact, but life-altering all the same. I have learnt over the years it is better to heed the call to change than wait for the wake-up call that brings it forth anyway. Trusting ourselves to act on our intuition is another positive tool for the road, particularly when maps are thin on the ground. I sense an awakening, a drawing towards a mission yet unfulfilled. The time is now energy, waking me in the night and residing with me during the day. At times I long to curl up, get cozy, and wait it out. Other times I feel an urgency to act even when I don't know what the action is. I feel pathways being cleared and preparations being made. Those to be involved are waiting in the wings. The stage is set. There is no turning back. Not that we may wish to, but every now and then we need to touch base with the familiar to give our nervous systems a rest. Having set sail joyfully, these are the choppier waters that can sometimes present themselves. Do we navigate through or call the Coast Guard for an airlift? Resilience is built from surprising ourselves with our capabilities under pressure. And the antidote to coming through such challenges is respite and rest, recharge and recuperation. A pit stop after the longest stretch of dusty road, if you like. We are in incredibly changing times. All dimensions given a huge push towards transformation and encouraging us to find our place, find our people, and do the work we came to do, finally. As a collective, we are heading into uncharted waters. I hope you too are sensing your next phase, co-creating your outcome with the universe. Trust, believe, keep hold of the oars, and follow true north. The locket opened in her hands like wings unfolding, like a book laid open, its pages revealing. The ethereal girl had been given a gift today. She could feel it. It was immensely special, and she was eternally grateful. A dove flew from the pages, carrying its message in its beak, a tiny rolled-up scroll. The ethereal girl gently took the scroll from its mouth and uncurled the delicate pages. It was a blank page of ancient parchment. The paper moved. It had life. An inkwell appeared to her right. She connected with the pen and paper, taking up her tools of challenge and empowerment and feeling the heat between the two, the coming together. There is only so much the gods can put in place. Some of the work is ours. The commitment to the page and the pen and the time that is needed to bring the words to life. The ethereal girl will be shown, and as her vision becomes clearer, she understands it is a two-way street. As she shows up, they will see her pledge in action. They have always been there, patiently waiting. It is a free will universe. No one is ever forced to be of service. It is a calling, and it takes as long as it takes to be ready to answer. And there are times when we feel as though we will never be ready. How could it possibly be us? And who are we to speak of such things? It is the fear of our own power that keeps us from the possibilities. If we keep true to our innate spirit and listen to the voice of the higher self, our path, although not always smooth, will at least be paved with hope and love, from which all the wildflowers grow.
Thank you, Louise. That was beautiful. Really enjoyed that. And you know what? It feels very much of this time, you know? I
It
just
does.
I just get this impression like there's a lot of divine timing as to this message that goes out on these messages that I'm seeing from a variety of different formats. But you know, the written word here, the music, the images, beautiful. So
Oh, thank you, John.
thank
That's very kind. Yeah, and it's brilliant to be able to share here with you guys at Elevated Planet. Honestly, it is a real privilege and a blessing. I feel so connected and very much aligned with all that you do and all that you are. So honestly, it's a gift to me. So thank you, Fay,
you. Yes,
for bringing
thank
us
you, Faye.
together. Thank you, Fay.
Faye's
The
listening.
work continues.
Yes, yes. Beautiful. Okay, well, thank you very much, Louise, and also thanks to Kate as well for the
Absolutely.
her input into this, which the closing song obviously that
Yeah.
carries a lot of her energy as well.
Yeah,
As well as the
absolutely.
pictures. So,
She's a joy to work with. She's been a best friend for 35 years, and our work together continues as well. So thank you, Kate.
all right, well, thank you, and thank you to the community for listening in today as well, and to Louise for coming along and giving us the piece and doing the narration, and for Kate for the music and the images. So all beautiful. Thank you. I really
John,
truly
lovely to see
appreciate it,
you.
and look forward to the next wild wisdom.
Absolutely. Take
All
care
right.
too.
Take care.